All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakah, Kodash. All right, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom, Wakasah, Lahabak Yard, which means peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. All right, I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland, coming back at you with another video. Lord willing, be edifying to whomever may be watching. And just want to get this quick lesson in just regarding the times that we're headed into, and pretty much the future that Esau, Edom, and the rest of these heathens have planned for you tribes. All right, and not just for you tribes, the whole world, but our focus is on the tribes. We don't give a damn about the heathens. But I just, like I said, if you haven't seen this video or this short film, it's called Beyond the Reset. I think I did a lesson on it before. If I haven't, I know I spoke on it before, but this video from a couple years ago, and it's highlighting the life that you will be, forced, to live. All right, because the ones that are in power, they're setting up a future where you will pretty much own nothing and be happy, to quote a certain individual, and you will pretty much live the life of a slave. Even though a lot of us, the average person, well, you're a slave now, but it's going to be more intensified. All right, but anyway, man, definitely watch this film. Like I said, it's very good. And and if you watch this film and then you still with America and you still with the way the society is being spearheaded, and then hey, you deserve the same life that this individual is living on this movie, on this short film. But I just want to get this real quick. Let me get Ciroc. Oh, it's like you. Ciroc 40 and 28, because ultimately the reason why I'm grabbing scripture, because like I said, it's going to result in you receiving the MOTB. All right, because I don't know if they had it in this film or not, I can't remember, but if they had, they should have, because that's what ultimately to the film, I mean, that the future is going to hold for you. You're going to have to receive the MOTB, all right, and that's going to be your God, and that's going to govern everything that you do. Literally, it's going to control your whole entire life. All right. But anyway, this is Ciroc 40 and 28. It says, "My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better is it to die than to beg." All right, and the spirit that these people are in, they're going to beg the government and these elites to live a regular life and just to survive and to be alive. Whereas opposed to the elect, the scriptures say they love not their lives unto the death. All right. The elect, the men, women, and children, all right, in particular the men, they'd rather die, all right, than live a life where, you receive that MOTB and that's your God, and you live like how this individual is living on the screen. All right. If you watch the movie, and you pretty much, you're in subjection or subject unto the government and the elites to do their bidding, all right, and to do, pretty much whatever it is they want you to do. It is better to die than to live like that, man. Like this, even this life that we live right now, sometimes it gets to the point where you just rather go back to the spirit world. But we understand that we have a job to do. We understand that the Lord has us down here, to teach, all right. But ultimately, if it came down to it, man, like receiving the MOTB and this, accepting this this system, you should have that spirit like, nah, I'd rather go back to the Lord, and and it is what it is. But This is verse 29. It says, the life of him that dependeth upon another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluteth himself with other man's meat. It says, but a wise man will well nurtured will beware thereof. So it should be offensive to you if you're a man to be begging for your life, to live from the hand of another individual or system, that is. All right. See, a lot of our people, they don't have integrity. Even the average person in general, but like I said, we're dealing with our people. Our people have forgotten their ways. They're in a spirit of, pretty much this system has become their god. All right, so you should be more so in the spirit of, like I said, man, just really like, look, man, if it came down to it, I would rather go back to the Lord than live a beggar's life, and then to depend upon this system for your want and need of everything, whether that be food, medicine, living circumstances. Because when you look at it, America, so especially with a lot of these government assistance programs and stuff like that, a lot of our people have become accustomed to living off of these things. All right, and that was showed uh, uh, with this recent government shutdown. Obviously, now the government shutdown is over with, but it lasted the longest it ever lasted in history. It was over, I think, it's over 40 some days. But um, some a good portion of our people are on food stamps and so forth and so on. But they would complaining about not receiving those things. But look, man, you can't live a beggar's life. You can't expect to live off these things for the rest of your life. You have to not at some point, you should be, all right, dependent on the Lord. All right, and as your faith grows, you depend more and more upon the Lord. So if you're a newcomer to the faith, you might have been accustomed to certain things, but you should be like, hey, Lord willing, Yahweh Shema Shai, he helps me. That should be your whole focus, your whole goal is to plead and beg to the Lord, not to the system, not to a man, not to anybody else, bro. It says, verse 30, it says, begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameful, of the shameless. It says, but in his belly there shall be a fire. All right, so if you shameless and you don't got no integrity and no dignity, no honor, it's not gonna be an offense to you. Usually, by whatever. But if you have an integrity, honor, dignity, all right, and you have a spirit within you to where you're not gonna be this guy. Like I said, it should be offensive to you. All right, but yeah, man, that's like I said. I just wanted to get into this quick lesson. Like I said, because where we're headed towards is the MOTB and this entire digital system. All right, and that's why, matter of fact, I'll end it on this real quick. Where's it at? Yep, this is Revelation 13 and 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, the he is pretty much this beast system. All right, and the elites that run this operation. All right, the beast is NATO and the EU. All right, it says that the image of the beast shall both speak. The image is the likeness. All right, because America has a likeness unto its predecessor. All right, it says that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't worship the image of the beast, if you're not down for this system, all right, you're going to be killed, as the scripture I just read. All right, and they mean that. All right, that's why they're penalizing people and ostracizing people, and they're doing things to where, like I said, if you're not in agreement with this place, or if you have a YouTube channel or platform, they can cut you off. All right, because if you speak anything against this place, all right, they're going to, like I said, confront you. All right, and they want to like I said, ostracize you, man. All right, to a point where you don't have a platform and you can't speak against this place. But eventually, they'll get to the point where they're actually going to use brutal, lethal force. All right, to where they unalive you. So, with that, I'm giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash, the one to the apostle Israel Millstone Shalom. Don't take the chip.